Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for coming today to All Levels Yoga. Today, we are going to continue with the fall equinox theme and work on transitions. Um, I have a difficult time with transitions. The fact that I'm teaching about it this year, I'm so aware of it that I seem to be doing a little bit better. So what we'll do today is we'll work on transitions on the mat. So going from one pose to the other. And I have three specific ones that we'll be working on today. And like I said, I'm not the best with transitions. So I'm going to be using my words to best guide you in these transitions. But if it's not making enough sense, feel free to take a peek up at your screen and follow along. So we'll start by finding a comfortable seat on the mat. Be sure to pull the flesh away from the sit bones so that you feel stable. Bring the navel in towards the spine. Allow the crown of the head to reach towards the sky. And then bring the shoulder blades together and down the back, placing the hands on the thighs, palms down, and close your eyes. Begin to watch the breath and allow the breath to flow in through the nose and out through the nose. Allow the breath to become balanced so you can make the inhale the same length as the exhale. With each inhale, allow that spine to grow tall. And then as you exhale, you'll keep the length in the spine and begin to allow the body to soften. So you can relax the jaw, relax the shoulders, and relax any other parts of the body that might be holding on to tension. So I'm going to start today by reading a quote from Charles Darwin. And I love this quote because most of us misinterpret what is meant by survival of the fittest. It is not the strongest of the species that survive, nor the most intelligent, but the one most responsive to change. So all my life, I grew up thinking survival of the fittest as survival of the strongest, the healthiest, the most, robust. But really, that's not what it meant. It means survival of those who are able to go through transition, those who are able to change, those who are able to evolve. So today we'll be focusing on transitions on the mat so that you can take that off of the mat and hopefully smooth out the transitions in your life to just have an easier time. We'll bring our hands together at the heart in Anjali Mudra, prayer position. We'll breathe together 3 times, and on the third exhale, share the sound of Om. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Inhale and exhale. And for the third time together, inhale. Om. Bow your head. Place the hands on the thighs. Softly open your eyes looking forward. So I just realized I have my glasses on, And I just want to quickly share my good news. I have not seen my glasses since March, and now I found them. So excited. But I'm going to take them off for my practice. When you get a chance, will you bring my iPad out? Thank you. Bring your arms by your sides. As you inhale, arms come up overhead. And as you exhale, arms come down by your sides. So we want to keep the nice tall spine. Elbows are still relaxed away from the ears. Thank you. You can just set it down. Thanks. Balanced breath. So we're transitioning into fall. And oftentimes when we go through a transition from one season to the next, things can get a little chaotic. We may not have the warm clothes out yet, so we're cold. Things need to be taken care of in the yard, in the house. School has started. It's just a time of great change. And the smoother we can make that change, the less disruption we'll find in our life. So the first thing that we can do to help with that is to practice this balanced breath. It's a simple practice you can do to help bring more balance to your body, your mind, and your life. The next time those arms are up overhead, allow the palms to come together to touch. As you exhale, bring the hands to the heart. Place your hands on the knees, starting with a nice tall spine. Take a breath in. As you exhale, round the spine towards the space behind you. And then as you inhale, belly comes forward. Exhale, round that spine. Inhale, belly comes forward. 3 more on your own. When you finish, just bring yourself back to your comfortable seated position. Place your right hand by your side, and you're going to reach the left fingertips towards the sky. Root down through the sit bones. Inhale, lengthen, grow tall. As you exhale, tip to the right. You can walk the right fingertips out or bend the elbow, and then you're going to bow out the left ribs. Slowly bring yourself back up. Place the left hand by your side. Reach the right fingertips towards the sky. So we'll root down through the sit bones. Inhale, grow tall. As you exhale, tip to the left, bowing out the right ribs. Slowly bring yourself back up. You'll place the right hand behind the right hip. Take the left hand and place it on the top of the right knee. Root down through the sit bones. Inhale, lengthen the spine. As you exhale, we'll twist to the right, and that twist starts at the belly and then moves up. Root down through the sit bones. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, come back to center, starting with the head and then working your way back down to the belly. Bring the left hand behind the left hip. Right hand comes to the top of the left knee. Root down through the sit bones. Inhale, lengthen the spine. As you exhale, twist to the left. press down through the sit bones. Inhale, lengthen the spine. As you exhale, slowly bring yourself back to center. On the inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, begin to hinge from the hips, folding forward. When you feel like your back wants to start rounding, go ahead. You can bring those hands down to the ground. Then as you inhale, lengthen the spine. As you exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hinge. Start to walk the hands back towards the body. We're going to switch the cross of the legs. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, hinge from the hips, folding forward. With the inhale, lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, maybe you can hinge forward a little bit more. Oh, geez. Come on, guys. Slowly walk those hands back towards the body. We're going to come to all fours, hands and knees. Take your time getting there. Smooth transition. Remember that when we are on all fours, those knees are just hip width apart. The knees are slightly behind the hips, hands slightly forward of the shoulders. So what I mean by that, oftentimes I'll see students kind of like this on all fours, and that just doesn't give you any room. So we take our hands slightly forward of the shoulders, knees slightly behind the hips, and we have a lot more room that way. If you get this arch in the back, draw the navel to the spine and tuck that tailbone. Take a breath in. As you exhale, shift the hips to the heels, the chest to the thighs, coming to extended child's pose. As you inhale, come up to all fours. Exhale, back to child's pose. Inhale up, all fours, hands and knees, moving with your balanced breath. The next time you come to all fours, pause there. Step your right foot forward between your hands. As you inhale, arms sweep up as your hips lower towards the mat. Keep the navel drawn towards the spine, and we're going to move into our first unique transition. So this one is going to take some strength. Curl the toes under on the left foot. You're just going to reach through the heel and let the knee float up off of the mat. Focus on the breath here. Now, you're going to lower the sole of the left foot, to the mat. Toes point out slightly. My leg stance a little wide here. Take your left hand to the back of the left thigh. Draw an arch across the sky, taking it back for reverse warrior. Slowly bring yourself back up. cartwheel the hands down, one on either side of that right foot. Lower the left knee. Uncurl the toes. Arms sweep up, hips lower towards the mat. As you inhale, straighten that right leg. Toes come up. Exhale, hinge from the hips, folding forward over the right leg. Feel the stretch in the hamstrings and the calf. Shift the body forward and then step that right knee back to meet the left. Take a moment to shift back to child's pose. And then as you inhale, bring yourself back up, all fours. Step the left foot forward between the hands. On the inhale, arms sweep up, hips lower towards the mat. Navel draws in towards your spine. Curl the toes under on that right foot. Lift or reach through the right heel as the knee floats up off of the mat. Breathe here. Now you're going to plant the right foot down with those right toes pointing out slightly. Place that right hand on the back of the right thigh. Draw an arch across the sky, taking it back for reverse warrior. Slowly bring yourself back up. Cartwheel the hands down, one on either side of the left foot. Lower the right knee. Uncurl the toes. Inhale, arms sweep up, hips lower towards the mat. Inhale, straighten the leg, toes come up. Exhale, hinge forward over that left leg. Relax the head and neck here. Shift the body forward once again. Step the left knee back to meet the right. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, shift the hips to the heels, the chest to the thighs. Inhale, arms sweep up. Or inhale, back to all fours. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale up, all fours. We're going to move into downward facing dog. So from all fours, curl the toes under. Begin to shift the hips towards your heels. Knees lift as you press back, coming to Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. We want those hips to point to the back of the room where the wall meets the ceiling. Head and neck relax, heels relax towards the mat. Begin to walk your feet forward towards your hands, coming to Uttanasana, forward fold. Relax the head and neck here. You can turn the head gently from side to side. Bring the hands to the hips. Press down through the feet. Come up to Tadasana, mountain pose. As you inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, fold forward, hinging from the hips. Inhale, up, halfway. So here, The back is parallel to the mat. I still get this arch in my back, so if that happens to you as well, just tuck that tailbone slightly. You might feel a nice stretch in the low back. Crown of the head is reaching to the space in front of you. Focus on the breath. On the exhale, fold forward. Bring the hands to the hips. Press down through the feet, coming up to standing. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, hinge from the hips, folding forward. As you inhale, come up halfway. As you exhale, fold forward. From here, we're going to step back to downward facing dog. And we're going to work on this second transition. So I'm going to demonstrate it for you, and then we can do it together. So from downward facing dog, we're going to bring ourselves to warrior one, Virabhadrasana 1. Then we'll move into warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. We're going to pivot on the feet to bring the feet parallel as the arms come up overhead. Exhale, hinge forward. You're going to turn those right toes in, turn the left toes out, walk the hands over to that left foot. Inhale, arms sweep up, warrior 1. Back to warrior 2. We come up on the feet, pivot, arms up overhead. Exhale, fold. Then the left foot comes up. We turn it in slightly. Come up on the right heel, toes turn out. We'll walk our hands over, sweep the arms up, and end in warrior 1. So let's try it together. We'll start in Tadasana. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, fold forward. Step back to downward facing dog. Sweep the right leg out behind you. Step it forward between the hands or pick the foot up and move it. Root down through the sole of the left foot, toes point out slightly. As you inhale, arms sweep up, coming to Virabhadrasana 1, warrior 1. Now, we don't want to be so concerned about the transition that we lose the integrity of the pose. So remember to stay in the moment. Right now, we're in warrior 1. Bring those arms out like a T, palms face the floor. Take a breath in. As you exhale, twist to the left as you gaze out over the right fingertips. For warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. Next, we're going to pivot on the feet so that the toes point straight ahead, arms sweep up. Exhale, hinge forward. Prasarita Padottanasana, wide-legged forward fold. Create or turn that right foot in slightly. Left toes turn out as we walk our hands over to that left foot. Sweep the arms up, bringing yourself back to warrior 1, Virabhadrasana 1. Bring the arms out like a T, palms face the floor. Take a breath in. As you exhale, twist to the right as you gaze out over the left fingertips. Get ready to come to center, arms up overhead, feet parallel. On the exhale, hinge from the hips, folding forward, Prasarita Padottanasana. Turn the left toes in slightly. Right toes turn out 90 degrees as we walk our hands, one on either side of the right foot. Press down through the feet. Inhale, arms up, Virabhadrasana 1. So we're going to keep going and repeat this just a few times. Arms out like a T. Take a breath in. Exhale. Twist to the left, gazing out over the right fingertips, Virabhadrasana 2. Pivot on the balls of the feet, arms up overhead. Exhale, hinge forward, Prasarita Padottanasana, wide-legged forward fold. Right toes turn in slightly, left toes turn out 90 degrees. Inhale up, Virabhadrasana 1. Arms parallel to the mat, or perpendicular, I guess. Take a breath in, exhale, twist to the right, gaze out over the left fingertips. Return to face center, arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Left toes turn in slightly, right toes turn out 90 degrees. Inhale, arms sweep up, Virabhadrasana 1. We'll do that one more time. Arms out like a T. Twist to the left, Warrior 2. Feet come to parallel, arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Right toes turn in slightly, left toes turn out 90 degrees. Arms sweep up, left knee bends, Warrior 1. Bring those arms out like a T. Take a breath in as you exhale, twist to the right, Warrior 2. Arms sweep up, feet come parallel. Exhale, hinge from the hips, folding forward. Relax the head and neck here. Left toes turn in slightly. Right toes turn out 90 degrees. As you inhale, arms sweep up, Warrior 1. As you inhale, straighten the right leg. Exhale, lower the arms. Step that left foot forward to meet the right, coming to Tadasana, mountain pose. As you inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, hinge from the hips, folding forward. As you inhale, come up halfway. As you exhale, fold. Press down through the feet. On the inhale, arms start to lift. Once they're in line with the ears, use the core, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, fold forward. Bring yourself up halfway. Exhale, hinge. Press down through those feet. Inhale, arms come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. So we find ourselves in Tadasana with the hands at the heart. And we are going to begin to move into tree pose, Vrikshasana. So I'm going to do this facing sideways today because we're going to transition into Warrior 3. And I think it'll be easier to follow along if I am facing sideways. So we stand in Tadasana, mountain pose. Make sure the knees are soft. Bring the hands to the heart. and begin to shift the weight to the right foot. Imagine growing deep roots into the earth from the bottom of that right foot. The left foot becomes light. You can press the left foot against the ankle like a little kickstand, the calf, or the upper inner thigh. You just don't want to press the foot into the knee. So we're pushing the foot into the leg, pushing the leg into the foot. Find a gazing point, something not moving. Watch the breath flow in through the nose and out through the nose. If you feel stable, on the inhale, arms sweep up and your tree branches can grow. So keep your eyes on your gazing point. You're going to turn the left knee to face front. As you exhale, you're going to press through the heel, hinging from the hips, folding halfway, coming to Virabhadrasana 3, Warrior 3. So we don't want the hips to be open here. We're reaching through the heel. Hands can be at the heart, back like airplane wings, or they can come out straight. Focus on the breath. We're going to lower the hands down to the mat as that left leg sweeps up towards the sky. Lower the left foot next to the right foot. Press down through the feet. Inhale, arms all the way up. Exhale, hands come to the heart. So we find ourselves back in Tadasana, hands at the heart. This time, we'll begin to shift the weight to that left foot. Nice soft knees. The right foot becomes light. You can press the foot against the ankle, the calf, or the upper inner thigh. Remember to push the foot into the leg, push that leg into the foot. Find your gazing point. Watch the breath. If you feel stable, arms reach up, tree branches grow. Stay tuned in with that gazing point. Keep that balanced breath. Turn the right knee to face front. As you exhale, hinge from the hips as you press through that right heel, straightening the leg behind you. Focus on the breath. Begin to lower the hands down to the mat as the right leg reaches up towards the sky. Lower the right foot next to the left foot. Press down through the feet. Arms reach up. And then as you exhale, hands come to your heart. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, hinge from the hips, folding forward. As you inhale, come up halfway. As you exhale, fold. Step your feet back to plank, and you can lower the knees here if you'd like. Hug those elbows in close to the body, and we're going to lower ourselves all the way down to the ground. Cross the forearms in front of you, rest your forehead. Bend the knees and just let those legs sway from side to side. So although transitions can be challenging and clumsy, they can be frustrating, they can also be beautiful and smooth and interesting. Let the legs become still and lower them to the mat. So we're going to practice Sphynx Pose, and we're not going to worry about the upper body yet. So just focus on the lower body. Actively point your toes. So what that means is you're pointing your toes and you're reaching those toes towards the space behind you. You're going to create an inner rotation of your thighs. So that means you're turning the thighs in towards each other. When you do that, the sit bones come apart. Draw the tailbone towards the heels. So we're reaching the toes, inner rotation of the thighs, tailbone towards the heels. Come up onto the forearms. The elbows are right beneath your shoulders. Forearms are parallel to one another. We're pressing the palms and the forearms into the mat and gazing forward, Sphynx pose. This pose builds poise and focus. Focus is something that can help us get through these transitional times. Autumn typically can be a time where we like to try new things. And sometimes it takes focus to do that. Relax the legs. Slowly lower the chest and the head to the mat. Bend the knees and rotate the ankles. Reverse the direction of that ankle rotation. Let those ankles become still. Lower them to the mat. Roll over onto your back and hug the knees into the chest. Once you hug the knees in, you can rock gently from side to side. Give yourself a little back massage. Let those legs become still. Lower the legs to the mat. Bring your arms by your sides, or I should have said lower your feet to the mat. Bring your arms by your sides, palms face the floor. Bring the pelvic floor up, navel draws in. Engage both glutes. Press down through the feet, lift the hips. On the exhale, lower the hips. Moving with your breath, lift and lower. The next time you lower the hips, pause there. Bring the arms out like a T, palms face the sky. Draw the knees into the chest. As you exhale, you're going to twist to the right. So tip the legs over to the right. Right leg comes to the ground. Left leg can rest on top of the right. If it's okay for your neck, you can turn the head to the left. Start to draw the knees to the chest as the head and neck come to neutral. On the next exhale, tip the legs over to the left. And if it's okay for the head, you can turn the head to look towards the right. Start to draw the knees up, head and neck come to neutral. Press the soles of the feet up towards the sky. Rotate the ankles. Reverse the direction of that ankle rotation. Let the ankles become still. Bring the knees into the chest just so that you can grab the big toes with the peace fingers. We're going to create a nice big V with the legs. If you'd like, you can rock side to side here. And then start to draw the legs together as the arms come together. Lower the legs down to the mat, arms lower up overhead. Take a nice full body stretch. Bend the knees. Soles of the feet come to the mat, and then let the soles of the feet come together as the knees open up out to the sides. You can take any hand position that feels good to you. We're going to begin to transition into Shavasana. If there's anything that you need to be comfortable for the next 5 minutes, feel free to grab that. Once you have what you need, you'll just come to your mat, laying on your back, legs extended out nice and long, arms by your sides. Arms are a few inches away from the body. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, see if you can just let go. Allow the supportive floor to support you. Release any tension. Relax the jaw by creating a space between the top and bottom rows of teeth. Let the tongue fall away from the roof of the mouth and let your eyes just rest in their sockets. Resist the urge to make subtle movements. Allow the natural breath to take over. Rest in Shavasana.